Not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 big ones to start this season for the first time ever. The first time that's ever happened in San Antonio Spurs history. The Spurs start a season 5-0 after beating the Miami Heat 107-101. That looks pretty darn good. That 5 and then that 0. Hello, everybody. Welcome inside Spurs Live postgame. Jacob Toby and TJ Ford. The energy in this building was electric as the Spurs make history.
Made history tonight. We talked about it. All the keys and all the factors that it took for them to win a game, they was able to execute it. Even though they played a good hard-fought team in Miami, they was able to withstand those runs, and a different player was able to come up big in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, the Spurs got up by as many as 15 in the second half. We've seen this story before. The Spurs get a big lead, another team comes back, and they withstand their runs, and they win the game. And Steph Castle had a big reason to do that for this win tonight. He was unbelievable again, made a big 3 in the fourth quarter.
And when you look at Steph Castle, what he's able to do, turn the corner, get in the paint, where he's very dangerous. Not only was he able to do that, but you move him off the ball, and he was able to catch and shoot the 3 as well. When you look here, Wemby was able to drive the basketball, feed him as he cut to the basket for a 2-point conversion right there. And that was, as again, just being creative in the flow. And that was a big play right there when he was able to contest a layup when Miami had a chance to probably cut that to 2 or 3 or 1 or 2 possessions. So him being able to step up tonight, being very productive, filling the stat sheet up like he did, he was very impressive of helping us get this win.
And 21, 8, and 6 was 7 of 12 from the field, hit 2 of 4 from 3 as well. And you know this, TJ, it's a process learning how to play point guard in this league. And without De'Aaron Fox, he's been the one to take the ball up and down the court, push the pace, and really be in charge of this team. And he's done a great job.
Well, he showed his leadership tonight. You know, we've been talking about Harper and his composure, his pace, his patience. Castle was able to show his experience tonight down the stretch. He was able to keep the team composure because we was up 15. Miami made a run, cut the lead, actually took the lead by 1, and then Castle and Wemby did what they do as a tandem and was able to make a run for us to get this win.
Victor Wembanyama, again, another big game. He almost had a 20-20 game, was a couple rebounds shy of that. 27, 18, 6 assists, and 5 big blocks.
Well, he's just learning. When you look at his poise, knowing time, knowing possession, knowing when he needs to be very impactful within the game. Obviously, he was settling for a lot of mid-range jump shots down the stretch when they went into the zone. Coach Mitch Johnson took him out, let him get his composure, let him get a break. And he came back in and he was awesome. He was great. He was able to start the break. He was able to get block shots. He was able to get his 3-ball going. And then from there, he was able to get the crowd involved. And from there, when the Spurs fans get involved in this game, you know if these guys are playing well.
Yeah, you saw him when he got fouled by Andrew Wiggins and he was on the ground and he was flexing. You could just see the passion. He got up, he was acknowledging the crowd. He knows how big of a moment this was here inside of the arena tonight, making history 5-0 to start.
Yeah, when I looked at that foul, that was that was a message from Wiggins, right? Being able to show his physicality, and by Wemby taking his time getting up and flexing and getting the crowd excited, that was a moment to let the Miami Heat and everybody in the NBA know that no matter how physical you try to be with me, I'm ready for it, bring it on.
And again, this is a young team. They were 17-20 last season in clutch situations. This year, 3-0. You know, we're watching it in real time, them learning how to come in when it's 5 minutes under in the fourth quarter of overtime with the score within 5 points. They are learning how to win games when it's close.
They're learning how to win games, but again, I think their chemistry, their commitment to one another, not worried about minutes, not worried about shots. These guys are playing team basketball. These guys are affecting every area in the game to win. The free throw line was very important for us tonight. You talked about that before, how important that was as a key factor. And then they did not turn the ball over, right? We did not get to our average of 17. And that was a big difference in tonight, having less than 17 turnovers.
And Devin Vassell's been shooting that thing from 3 season as they beat the Heat by 6. Jacob Toby and TJ Ford with you. So you now go on the road for 2. You play Phoenix on Sunday, and then you have a couple days off in LA, and you play the Lakers, who are banged up. No Luka, no LeBron as of right now. May not be that way when we get there. We'll see what happens. But what do you think about the road trip? 2 games coming up.
Well, it's good. You get a few days of rest, and you got 2 teams. Obviously, you're starting off with the Phoenix Suns. Your record is not great. as of right now, but you hit the road and you always want to start off with that first win. So you got to be able to come in with that same focus, that same intensity, and come in and try to take care of business, because Phoenix Suns is still a team that's going to put up numbers and try to play their game and get a win.
And then the Lakers as well. Austin Reeves has had a 50-point game, has had a 40-point game this past week, and has hit a game-winning shot in Minnesota. He is tough to deal with when you don't have Luka or LeBron as well.
Yeah, he's a guy that's, I mean, he's balling right now. I mean, he was able to put the team on his back with Luka being out and LeBron James. So when you get to the Lakers and the Lakers is playing well, getting confidence, and you have to worry about their overall team. So you hit the road trip with two teams who don't have a kind of great record that we expected to go in and win. We have to go in and win those games.
All right, TJ, it was fun tonight. Thanks for doing this with me.
Oh, anytime.
Absolutely. The great TJ Ford here on Spurs Live postgame. Continue to watch him.
Ask about Victor until a few questions in, but I think be nice to just say it up front. What do you think of his performance?
I thought his, I thought his defensive presence and the ground he covered in the second half felt more demonstrative than the first half. And I thought you could really see it there at the start of the third quarter, and then again when we needed it in the fourth.
What do you see from the guys in terms of composure in a game where you have a lead, lose a lead, grab the lead back?
I thought they responded great. We talked about it before the game, that that's a 48-minute game every time you play that team. They're competitive, it's a program, they're consistent, and so whenever you go on a run, that just gives you a little bit of support, because you know they're on their way back. And I thought we did a great job. Obviously the zone got us on our heels a little bit, overthinking, indecisive, happens. And I thought Harrison Barnes did a great job of settling in, and then we started making plays and getting back to playing basketball, and got a couple to go in and got back to get our half-court defense getting set and made just enough plays.
All that ground in the second half. He also played nearly 40 minutes. Can you speak on just the condition that he came into camp with? Because I don't remember him having that much energy over the course of a 40-minute game or a 40-minute playing time last year.
In all honesty, it may be the most impressive thing in terms of, because then if you go back and look at probably the distance he covered, he was setting a ton of pick and rolls and rolling to the basket. The pace they play at is at breakneck speed, so the game really didn't stop, and it was a physical game on both ends in a good way. And so for him to play through that, I thought there was one time it felt like, obviously in the fourth, he got tired. You could see it visually, rightfully so, what he was being asked. We took him out there for 2 minutes. He came back and finished it off, and I think it's commendable. And it's something, to your point, for him to play 40 minutes at that level of consistency and efficiency in terms of, missed a couple of shots, but taking care of the ball, making strong passes and rebounds was very impressive.
You mentioned Miami's pace and some of that unconventional stuff they're doing on offense. How do you think the guys adjusted as the game went along, and then giving up 14 only in the third quarter was
we needed it. We talked about halftime set a tone. I think in the first half, the game got away from us a little bit, just in terms of not even necessarily the outcome or the score, but just it didn't feel like we were quite in it quite yet. Like we were just kind of tiptoeing around, and you could see them imposing their will. And I think when we got to recollect ourselves at halftime, we started the third quarter with the type of urgency and competitiveness and aggressiveness that we wanted on both sides of the floor. And yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily unconventional, it's just we get so used to all the pick and rolls that everybody runs, right? They're just running less pick and rolls. It's not anything too outside the box, but they're playing downhill quick. And so it puts a ton of emphasis on getting back, and you're not always matched up with your traditional matchup or person that you're guarding in a half-court set. And I thought we did a good job as the game went on moving on from that mentality.
Here's your head coach, Mitch Johnson. It's interesting. It's always a tough game against Miami, no matter how they're playing. They were a very slow team last year on offense. This year, the fastest team in the league. But you heard Coach say it right there. Always a 40.